Hello, so today I want to discuss a TED Talk that I have seen that was about comparing the United States with other world, analyzing the political situation in the world and how USA could use it. So Americanization and globalization the last few generations had basically been the same thing. Whether it was the World Trade Organization or it was the IMF, the World Bank, the Bretton Woods Accord on currency, these had been American institutions, American values, American friends, American allies, American money, and American standards. That had been the way the world worked. If you want to understand how USA want to look like, just imagine the president, uh, going down from the plane. Actually, he has red carpet. He's goes down from the Air Force One, not just from the any plane, and it feels pretty good and comfortable. Actually, when he came to the summit of G20 in the China, he wasn't looks he wasn't looked so majestic and grateful as he could. The National Security Advisor challenged of global leader was actually spewing expletives on the tarmac. The no red carpet kind of left off the bottom of the plane along with the media and everybody else. And the problem is not G20. The problem is G0 world that we lived in. A world order where there is no single country or alliance that can meet the challenge of global leadership. The G20 doesn't work. The G7, all their friends, that is history. So globalization was continuing. So what happened going forward? Middle East had stability such as it was because of there had been willingness to provide some level of military security provided by US and alliance. It was easy to take a lot of cheap money out of the ground because oil was expensive. And third, there had been no matter how bad was the leader because their population was relatively quiescent. Asia actually looks better. There was a three main economies: China, India, and Japan. The leaders of these countries didn't feel the need to wave the flag, to go xenophobic, to actually allow escalation of geopolitical or cross-border tensions. They wanted to focus on long-term economic growth and development. Actually, that's what they were doing. In Latin America, there was a lot of populism, which made economies not go so well. They had been more opposed to the United States for decades. Increasingly, they had been going back. In Africa, there were some countries which could take maximum profit from G0 world, but for most of countries in Africa, everything a lot dicier. Extreme climate conditions, radicalism from Islam and actually from the Christianism, very poor governance, borders you couldn't defend, loss of forced migration. Those countries could fall off the map. Was USA prepared to truly lead by the example? What could they had to do to fix this after November, the next president elections? Well, either they had to have another crisis that forced them to respond. A depression would do that. Another global financial crisis would do that. God forbid, another 9/11 would do that. Or absent crisis, they needed to see that they hollow out the inequality, the challenges that were growing and growing in the United States, were themselves urgent enough to force their leaders to change, and that they had those voices. Thought their cell phones individually, they had those voices to compel leaders to change the world and their country. Thank you.